Hey friends, Essence here, and I am going to give you a quick start guide to the 40-day prosperity plan in the Abundance book by John Randolph Price. I did another video. It going to go way more in depth, but I wanted to also just have like a really quick start guide because I didn't plan on the first video being as long. So basically, I am going on a 40-day abundance journey, and I just wanted to share my journey and invite people to come along and have their own private practice. And so in the book, he says that abundance is defined as an all-sufficiency of supply, a full measure of infinite good. There are certain principles of abundance, specific fundamentals of truth, which, when realized, will free an individual from lack and limitation. Okay, so this is why this book exists, is to help free us from lack and limitation, to shift our thoughts from money, abundance, and like our good being out there. And the book is helping us remember that the source of all good is in here. The source of all good is God. The source of all good is the universe. And that universal substance, that God substance, is within us. We are one with it. Therefore, we are one with the source of all our good. So the money is here, the love is here, the happiness, whatever good you are desiring to see in your outer world is already in here. And when you focus on it being in here, raising your consciousness to understand and remember that it's in here and not out there, then you will experience it more out there. When you focus on it being out there and only out there, you're actually pushing it away. Okay. So in the plan, here are the steps to the plan. In the in-depth video, I told how I'm going to do it, like how I'm creating it as a ritual and what I'm going to be doing for my 40 days to make it feel more abundant for me. But I'm just going to give you the bare essence of the 40-day plan in the book. So you can get the book or not get the book. You can get it on Kindle, but I will lay out everything either at the end of the video and put it in a slide, or in the description. I'll lay out all of the statements that you're to write each day, and you just can maybe screenshot them or something and just kind of journal on them every day. So the first thing that you have to do for the 40-day plan is to establish a specific date to start. So right now it is September 19th. I am going to be starting on the 20th. So 40 days is going to be October 30th will be the end date. So that's the first thing you do. So you can Google a days calculator and it'll allow you to put in like the date and how many, like what you want it to count out, and then it'll give you the end date. Okay. The very first day, there's a statement to write out. It's a pretty long statement, but it's just one, basically saying that you're going to cease believing that money, meaning the physical form of money, you're going to cease believing that this is your supply. Okay. This isn't your supply. The supply is here. The source is here. Okay. So it's a long statement, but it's basically bringing you back to that soul. Like I believe our souls know this truth, that money is not out there. The abundance and love, it's here. So that statement is just you reclaiming that. So you're just going to write that out for the one day, but you could day one, but you could also read it every day before you contemplate your statements. Next, so this would be like number 3. 1 is figure out your date. 2 is to write that statement on day 1. 3rd is there are 10 statements of principle, as he calls them. You're going to read one statement of principle every day. there's 10. So when you get to day 11, you're just going to start over. Day 11, you're reading 1 again. Day 12, you're reading 2. Day 13, you're reading 3, so on and so forth. You'll cycle through that 4 times to hit your 40 days. Okay, so day 1, you're going to pull out the statement. So if you have the book, you would open the book and you're still going to just write it out in your journal. Okay. And then you're going to contemplate that statement that you wrote down, meaning just line for line in that one statement, because that statement could have some of them may have like 4 sentences, long sentences within that one statement. So you just line for line, just kind of want to contemplate, like, what does this mean to me? What is this saying to me? And for 15 minutes, just kind of sit with this statement, just thinking on it, seeing what your intuition says, what images, what thoughts come to mind. And then at the end of that 15 minutes, then the next thing to do is to journal what came up for you during that meditation contemplation time. So I don't necessarily the whole 15 minutes, I'm not sitting there with my eyes closed. I might read a sentence and then close my eyes and kind of just sit with it. What's next? Okay. You journal. And then the last thing is that since you've already received, meaning because you already have the source of all abundance, you already have everything you desire in you, give it away, share it, not give it all away, but like think of it more of like tithing, sharing, being generous, because if you already have that abundance, then now how can you share that with the world? And this is basically saying that it's reinforcing to that part of yourself that is believing in lack, that believes it lacks this thing, go out and give it to prove to yourself that you already have it, okay? So I kind of went more into that in the longer video and shared what I'm going to be doing to really ground into that. But this is the basis of the 40-day plan. You're just going to be contemplating these statements every day, just like really grounding them into your being, grounding them into your heart and into your consciousness, because it's like consciousness is what creates your energy and your thoughts and your beliefs. All that makes up your consciousness. And then your consciousness creates the outer effect. So if the consciousness is there's not enough, that's the energy, that's the thoughts, then that's what's going to be created in the outer world. And if the consciousness is there's more than enough, I'm connected to it all, I have enough, I love what I have, and right, just like this joyful consciousness, I'm connected to the source of it all, then you will see more of that in the outer world, okay? So I go more in depth in that longer video, but I just wanted to, again, create this simple in and out so you know what to do. And I will see you here on the channel about 1 to 2 times a week where I'm sharing my experience. All right, I'll talk to you later.